All right, y'all. What's good? So, just found this little video I wanted to watch. Let's put it up on here real quick here. All right. It looks like this is where they're approving everybody. They're basically giving everybody a shot to basically come in. Basically join the army. Oh, I ain't gonna lie. I be so hot right now. Like, hold on, what's going on? You just disqualified me for what? Everybody looking in the back like, yeah, but I look like, you know what I mean?
Thousands of young Americans are entering the armed forces, but many others are being rejected. Easy to detect are the physical ills which disqualify a man. Much less obvious are the sicknesses of the mind.
Wow, so they saying they basically saying they gonna look at you. They gonna look at you and say, well, you don't fit it. You can't basically, you're not fit for the job. You know what I mean? So you can't serve our country. That's tough. That's tough.
They are fully as brave and as alarming. Rejected by the armed forces, an emotionally unstable individual is turned back into society to become lost again. One among the nearly 7 million Americans suffering from some form of emotional or mental ill health. Today, mental illness is by way of becoming America's #1 health problem. For years, what was called insanity was regarded as a problem for each state to solve as best it could. In nearly all state mental hospitals, little more than custodial care was provided. Few who were committed.
Think about it. Think about it. If this is basically the only way you will be able to provide for your family, you have to join the army. You have to serve your country. You have to serve this country for a purpose. So, with the men and people that got rejected, wow, like imagine, like that's a mental stress. That's a mental stress. Like, that's what I'm saying. I partially kind of go through that because it's like now you realize, well, you have an opportunity. Not to say you don't, but it's like even the people that got disqualified off of, hey, you don't fit the description because you look wimpy right now. You can't do 30 push-ups. So you get disqualified like that. It's gonna bring mental health issues when you get back into the real world, because now it's like you gotta work a job and do the normal stuff when really it's none of that and it's a war going on. So what you want me to do?
Hope to return to society. Many whose illnesses were comparatively mild at the start became increasingly worse until all hope of recovery vanished. Shocked by the appalling percentage of the emotionally unstable revealed by the World War II draft figures, Congress in 1946 passed the National Mental Health Act, which recognized for the first time that mental illness was a national problem. Witness to the government's intention to act is a huge modern building going up at Bethesda, Maryland, to house, among other groups, the National Institute of Mental Health, created by the National Mental Health Act.
Whoa. What's that? I just built a button hammer from base 44.
Guys, that is
You
crazy.
just built an app.
Impossible. Keenly aware of the tremendous problems ahead is Dr. Robert H. Felix, director of the vast new project.
A primary objective of the National Mental Health Program is to increase our fund of scientific knowledge about mental health and about mental illness. Meanwhile, we should make full use of existing knowledge. We're not doing this. Why? Because there are not enough community mental health services, because there is not enough public understanding of the importance of mental health, and because there are all too few skilled mental health workers.
Largest U.S. training center for mental health workers is Topeka, Kansas.
Run that back. See what he said?
And because there are all too few skilled mental health
Run it back. He said,
because there is not enough public understanding of the importance of mental health,
not enough public understanding of the importance of mental health.
and because there are all too few skilled mental health workers.
And because there are all too few skilled mental health workers. Like, saying, come on.
Largest U.S. training center for mental health workers is Topeka, Kansas, where 3 separate hospitals cooperate in an intensive program. Located at Topeka is the famed Menninger Clinic. Its teaching staff makes possible a 3-year training course for about 100 doctors who use the facilities of the cooperating hospitals. Dr. William C. Menninger, General Secretary of the Menninger Foundation, was Chief of Neuropsychiatry for the U.S. Army during World War II. His brother, Dr. Carl A. Menninger, is a trustee of the foundation and its Director of Education. Training is available not only for doctors, but also for other psychiatric personnel. To Topeka has also come the Veterans Administration, which cooperates in the effort to build up adequate personnel. Windsor Hospital, with 1,400 beds, is one of its largest training hospitals. Psychiatric nurses and psychiatric aides spend more time with patients than any other members of the hospital staff.
Right.
Their role is major, and their professions grow in stature year by year. Who in the past mainly acted as guards, today take a helpful part in the therapy which is designed to bring disturbed patients back to reality. To be eligible for training as a psychiatrist, the doctor must be a graduate of an approved medical school and must have completed 1 year of general internship in an approved hospital. When the young doctor enters psychiatric training, he finds he must learn new procedures, terms, and treatment methods. One thing is most familiar, and he is reminded of its importance regularly, and that is the physical examination. In today's belief that almost every illness is a combination of physical and emotional factors, the psychiatrist must be able to diagnose and prescribe treatment in the light of both. Is the clinical psychologist who contributes special skills and knowledge to the diagnosis and treatment of mental and emotional disorders. While the psychiatrist seldom gives these tests, which determine a patient's mental capacity and provide understanding of his mental problems, he must have a working knowledge of them and their evaluation. The psychiatrist must also learn the vital importance of taking the patient's history in a way which will establish confidence and encourage the patient to recall seemingly unimportant details with complete freedom.
I'm going to ask you some very specific questions, Mr. Jones, but we won't have you here very long. If you have no objection, you just answer them, and if you have some objections, then say so, and we won't go on with those questions. Now, I'd like very much to know about your babyhood. Were you told that you ever had any difficulty with feeding or anything of that sort?
No, not that I remember.
You started school about what age?
About 5 years old, I was.
And where did you start? In school, in kindergarten?
Yes.
How did you get along?
Well, fine as well as I remember.
Mm-hmm. Did you have any particular teachers that you liked, anything of the sort?
I liked all my teachers except one.
What was the trouble with this one?
No, no, she just scared me most of the time. Holler at me and I'd run outside. Vomit.
Let's see.
As his training progresses, the young psychiatrist learns the various techniques which will be at his disposal and how to use them. Among these are such